I want to keep this alive and well. Which is better, Pepsi or Coca-Cola? I'm more of a
Mountain
Dr. Pepper
Dew.
person. Anyways, welcome back to Hexbots, Hexbug, Battlebots, Heat, D. Sorry. Last time it was Wild Wings and Sergeant Tank Shell that are moving to the tournament, and the returning King of Kinetic Energy Tombstone going to the third place bracket, and Disarray just being dismantled. But now in this episode, it is a true royal pain this time. Is it because it's going to be a royal pain to get everything done? Most likely. But because we have two robots of royalty, with the third being he's corrupt. In any cases, let's get on to the robots. First, from Buckinghamshire, UK, Battle Axe. The old as hell hammer from Buckinghamshire is here. Battle Axe never ceases to impress me with how good it's still going. Like, this robot was made in 2020, and it's getting extremely old. This guy's an unk! From Manchester, UK, Lester the Lobster. Clawing his way back into the arena once more, Lester the Lobster comes back with a new Union Jack look and a much bigger spinner. They are very unpredictable as a strength. However, their weakness, they're also unpredictable. From Edison, New Jersey, Blacksmith. Yet another hammer bot coming back in the mix is Blacksmith. Still has remained the same ever since we first saw it back in Season 1. Still the hardest hitting hammer, however, it's kind of sluggish. From Sao Paulo, Brazil, Scourge. Yes, the Sonic from another dimension in which pretty much nobody cares for this season. Scourge comes back with the glasses that it keeps hitting for some reason. I don't even know its strengths. Like, what does it even do? Like, what does it even do? What is it? From the amazing Digital Circus, Kinger.
That's right! We put Kinger from the amazing Digital Circus in Hexbots, Hexbug, Battlebots! His strength, super ricochet move! His weakness is...
Our first fight for Heat D kicks us off with Battle Axe, the old unk of the series, versus the newly redesigned Lester the Lobster with a new Union Jack looking paint scheme. We already know... Wait. No, I don't think they faced each other. I guess this is their first time facing each other, is Battle Axe in the blue and Lester in the red. Well, with that out of the way, let's get started with this fight. 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the battle begin. The two robots from the United Kingdom up to speed. There goes Paces immediately off of Battle Axe. To start the fight, Lester wasting no time at showing the power of their new horizontal disc as Battle Axe is trying to push him into the screws. My, that was a great start by Lester. Just immediately wasting no time in taking off every piece and trying to put Battle Axe into the screws, but failing miserably. I don't know what is happening. Battle Axe now comes in with some hits under the front of Lester. Both are from the United Kingdom, except Lester's from Manchester, and Battle Axe from Buckinghamshire. Lester almost being picked up by the screws. And now he is being picked up by the screws. Can he get down? Is Battle Axe gonna get him free? Battle Axe is gonna get him free. That's a good sportsmanship there, but that's not really what we want in Hexbots, at least in my eyes. I want chaos, death, and carnage. Anyways, Lester gets out of their square and does some nice hits to the front of Battle Axe without that wedge. Lester representing the Union Jack this time in a nice blue and gray scheme with some white and yellow. White and red. I sincerely apologize. And well, Lester just being Lester and just destroying crap for no reason. Anyways, Lester is still trying his best. He's pushing Battle Axe toward the screws. This is looking pretty good so far for Lester as Battle Axe is trying to regain his conscious and he's stopped the axe. And tries to land a hit but completely misses as Lester lands a nice hit. Lester, again, doing a good job. He's doing some good damage. And who is staying more aggressive? Again, I might say Lester because Battle Axe is not taking full advantage of using... He only took advantage of the screws once and that's it. But I think that both are stuck.
Yeah, I guess they're not gonna come off. We're gonna need Hand of God to help us. And the both are released. Lester continues to move, and Battle Axe trying to use the axe, dang it. You completely missed, but whatever. Battle Axe haven't really done much right now, as the both were stuck, but they get free. Lester tries to aim for the front of Battle Axe, but it doesn't look like it's happening. Another nice hit to the front of Battle Axe by Lester, the Lobster, trying to put Battle Axe into that out of the arena zone. As Battle Axe actually hitting the top of Lester, but it's too late right now. We're going to time right now between the two robots of the United Kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, we have entered a judge's decision. They awarded it unanimously to the winner, Lester the Lobster. That was a pretty destructive fight to start things off. Lester just immediately took off Battle Axe's front panels just immediately after a start. This definitely shows that Lester has improved this season, even with its Union Jack look. But in any cases, we're on to the next fight between Blacksmith and Scourge. I keep thinking they faced each other, but they don't. Or they didn't. Correct me if I... whatever. 3, 2, 1... activate. Let the bot battle begin. Scourge immediately flicks off the glasses to start the fight. Blacksmith continuing to use that hammer now. It's been a while since we've seen both of them have a tussle. Blacksmith hammering the top of Scourge to pretty much no effect at all. The glasses are just off of Scourge at this point. Whatever. I'm waiting for the day where Scourge just flicks their glasses. That earlier thing doesn't count. Blacksmith trying to aim for Scourge and completely missing until there. And pushes back the glasses of Scourge as Scourge tries to do a hit, but it's Scourge. It's not going to do anything. I'm sorry. No matter how many times he tries, it's still going to end up failing. And I won't be surprised if he doesn't make it to the tournament, let alone the third place bracket. Anyways, Blacksmith hammering the top of Scourge again. That was a good attack there, but can Scourge do anything? I don't think so. They are a robot from Brazil, so keep that in mind. The egg beater has stopped for some reason until now, as it keeps ramming into the wall, and Blacksmith on the screws. That isn't good. Blacksmith hammering the top of Scourge to, again, no effect at all. Scourge trying to go after Blacksmith, but Blacksmith continues to go near the screws. Maybe to try and bait Scourge to getting in there. He almost does. He doesn't really face the right way, but Blacksmith is still trying to put Scourge into the screws. But Scourge escapes. That's some good control there from Scourge to get away from the screws and to push Blacksmith there too, but Blacksmith doesn't go on it though. Blacksmith also staying nice in control against Scourge. These are pretty much just two mediocre robots that nobody entirely cares about. So, I mean, if you just want to skip the fight, go ahead. Blacksmith is just Blacksmith hammering absolutely nothing as Scourge does also nothing. As Blacksmith continues to go around Scourge, getting his butt beaten by Blacksmith. That's a lot of B's there. Blacksmith trying to get to the side of Scourge. Can he maybe take off the weapon belt? That could be some good damage points besides just Scourge flicking off their own glasses. Whatever. It's just going to come down to the screws or a judge's decision. As Blacksmith being pushed back by Scourge into the back wall. Scourge just moving around doing nothing. I think it just died. No, it's still going. Blacksmith is just doing some extra work on it. Blacksmith comes in with a charge and doesn't really do anything. We're going to the time anyway. What an absolutely nothing fight, to be honest. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we have entered another judge's decision. We have a split decision. Judge 2 scored the battle for Scourge. Judge 3 scored the battle for Blacksmith. And Judge 1 scored the battle for the winner,
Blacksmith. Well, I would say the first fight was better in my opinion, because at least there was back and forth action. It was just mainly just Blacksmith hammering the top of Scourge while it's trying to do something. But hopefully this fight should change everybody's mind, as we have Lester the Lobster so far with 2 points, and the rookies Kinger. Kinger from the amazing Digital Circus is in Hexbots. Keep that in mind. And as for fun trivia, it was supposed to be Jax, but it's Kinger because Kinger is better than Jax. Fight me. Okay, anyways, let's begin. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Let the bot battle begin. Lester and Kinger up to speed. Both are gathering up energy, waiting for a big hit. Okay, that wasn't really a big hit, to be honest. Kinger comes back into the ring after losing humiliatingly to eventual New Blood Tournament champion winners Toxic Drake. Let's see what it can do in the arena. And it's not really doing much. It's up to deadly speed, and so is Lester. Both coming for a big hit. There goes the claw off of Lester. So that's a good start from Kinger. But now they're going to gather up more energy and exchange the big hit. Here's a big hit. And the weapon goes off of Kinger. My boy is dying. Kinger and Lester made a big hit. And there goes the entire weapon of Kinger. Well, I guess because of that, I guess his head is falling off, and there goes a wedge. A little wedgelet off of Kinger. So what can Kinger do in this situation? Honestly, I don't really know, to be honest. I don't know if it really has the good power to actually move Lester along, so what can Kinger do, you might be asking? Well, survive to a judge's decision and pray to God that it actually does good. Because for right now, this is Lester's fight to lose right now. As Kinger just basically dismantled himself in one hit thanks to Lester. As he gets stuck on Kinger's wedgelet. Can he get free? Yes, he can. And just flicks it away out of anger. Anyways, Lester gets back up to speed. Kinger tries to put him into the screws. Can Kinger do it? No, he can't. Maybe we should just put the bucket on Kinger so he can lock the hell in. But let's see. Kinger continues to push around Lester as it just snoops around the new arena. Like, yeah, you've already were in this arena once. Let's see how you can do in the new arena this time with the new Union Jack look. Anyways, Kinger trying to prevail away. Lester so far on top. Definitely on top so far because Kinger basically killed itself. And Lester is now trying to move Kinger back. It does some nice hits on the wheels of Kinger as he backs away, trying to regain his balance. I mean, if it goes to a judge's decision, we already know who's winning the fight. Unless Kinger does something surprising in the next few minutes, which I highly doubt at this rate. Because it's just being bullied around by Lester the Lobster. I mean, it makes sense because Lester is an experienced veteran. This is his senior year, actually. Since he's been around since the first series. And then also was, like, brutally dismantled by Spikosaurus in that same heat, regardless. So, whatever. Anyways, we're getting to the closing bell. I'm surprised this fight hasn't gone on for much longer, but I think Lester has this in the bag.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've entered another judge's decision. They awarded it unanimously to the winner, Lester the Lobster. Look, as much as I want to have Kinger just, like, immediately win the Hexbug trophy, he's going to have a lot to prove besides just blowing up his spinner and just doing nothing in the arena. But in any cases, Lester's now at 4 points with Kinger at 1. As next up, we have Blacksmith and Battle Axe, a battle of the hammers, something you don't really see in Hexbots. Somewhat. I think we had a rematch-ish of this fight. I don't remember. My mind is just giving up at this point. Well, in any cases, let's go. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Let the battle begin. The hammer versus the axe. Blacksmith versus Battle Axe. They both are doing pretty... Ugh, I am so sorry there. Blacksmith takes off a side panel off of Battle Axe. I got the hiccups right now. So far, both of them are doing pretty good so far. Battle Axe did beat Actually, no, it lost a judge's decision against, who the hell was it? Lester, and Blacksmith won a judge's decision as well against Scourge. Because Scourge is terrible. Sorry, Paul. Alright. My voice is ready. Okay, Battle Axe is pushing Blacksmith into the screws. That's a good control there by Blacksmith, but it's hammering the top of Battle Axe, but it's not really doing anything. Can it do something? It's getting underneath of Battle Axe, though. That's a good, decent way of control. Can it get that other side panel off? Yes, it did, just as I said it on command. Anyways, Battle Axe, the both are doing good. Battle Axe has 1 point and Blacksmith has 2. Again, if you win by a judge's decision, you get 2. You lose, you get 1. So who is it going to be? Will it be a knockout this time or another judge's decision that's going to take up at least 75% of this episode? I'm going to say judge's decision because of course it does. Because neither are really doing anything. Like, can Battle Axe push Blacksmith into the screws? I don't think so. As the both continue to exchange hits, is Blacksmith doing well? It's trying to push Battle Axe into the screws, but it isn't working. It's almost like both are invincible to the screws. How about that? Anyways, Battle Axe pushes back Blacksmith into the corner with that axe. That's some good aggression there by Battle Axe as it almost gets into the screws. As the both are continuing, if we ever go to a judge's decision, this is pretty close. I might give the slight edge to Battle Axe because they have been pushing Blacksmith more. But at the same time, Blacksmith also is doing damage by removing the 2 side panels, but that's that. Anyways, Blacksmith being pushed back into the screws by Battle Axe once more. Can a Battle Axe win? I don't know. We're getting more and more closer to time right now. As Blacksmith furiously fires the hammer to get out, and they do. And they go up the screws. So now the plan finally works for Battle Axe, but Blacksmith get back down. As we're going to time right now. Well, that is something. Battle Axe getting stuck near the screws again, as we're going to a judge's decision once more.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have entered a judge's decision. We have a split decision. Judge 1 scored the battle for Battle Axe. Judge 3 scored the battle for Blacksmith. And Judge 2 scored the battle for the winner, Battle Axe. I could say that fight could have gone either way, but I think that Battle Axe takes the cake because they're a lot more controlled than Blacksmith. Even though Blacksmith did do more damage, it's mainly the control and aggression that also counts. As next up, Kinger gets back in the ring after being patched up against Scourge with the Glasses of Terror. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Let the bot battle begin. Scourge flicks off the glasses and in comes Kinger with that horizontal flywheel. Will either of them do anything? I doubt. Kinger with a nice hit knocking off the glasses off of Scourge. This is based on the 2 characters from separate universes. Kinger from the Amazing Digital Circus and Scourge from the Archie comics, although he looks nothing like Scourge from said series. But who cares anyway? Scourge moves around in a circle for some reason. Kinger is trying to pursue him. That's a good hit right there, knocking back Scourge. And I think the weapon is also damaged. Like, it's not spinning on Scourge. So maybe some Scourge is happening to that robot. Who knows? Is it going to get back up to speed? I doubt. Kinger comes back with another nice hit onto the side of the wheel. And Kinger trying to do another nice hit, but it doesn't do much. Is Scourge's weapon broken? It might be, for the time being, unless something stupid happens. Anyways, Kinger with another nice hit, and the weapon is back up on Scourge. So let's see if it can do damage. I doubt, unless, again, something stupid happens. And Kinger with another nice hit, hitting the back of Scourge. That's not where you want to hit. You want to hit the front. Maybe disable the weapon. That's a good hit again by Kinger. And again, although he hits the wall simultaneously, as Scourge backing up, its weapon is also down. Oh, never mind, it's back up to speed. This is looking pretty good so far for both robots. Kinger and Scourge, they're lining up for a shot. There is a hit! A coin comes off of Kinger's weapon! That isn't good. It's gonna be unbalanced. So somehow Scourge is doing damage. Unless if Kinger just did damage to itself. If so, I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, Scourge is now stuck in the side wall as it gets free, as Kinger's weapon has stopped. And so is Scourge. It's Scourge trying to push Kinger into the screws, but it doesn't work. Ugh, sorry. This is going along pretty good for both robots. Scourge somewhat managing to do damage, but hasn't really been consistent. But Kinger is the real talking point so far, doing the most damage and pushing Scourge into the screws. So if it ever goes to a judge's decision, Kinger might win this, as Scourge gets down from the screws, and now Kinger and Scourge get back up to speed. Are they going to land another big hit? And not really. They just push Kinger into the wall. Scourge not really doing so hot right now, as Kinger flailing around like a noodle right now because the coin comes off as we go to time once again. And maybe this time it will be a lot less controversial this time. Let's go to time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have entered another judge's decision. They awarded it unanimously to the winner, Kinger. He's the best character. He's the best. Well, finally, Kinger decides to wake up and actually win a fight. Now let's just hope he can face the rest of the goober characters that we have today. Anyways, next up we've got Lester the Lobster versus Blacksmith. Blacksmith is pretty good and aggressive with the hammer, but how will that do against Lester the Lobster? I swear, if we get one more judge's decision again, I'm going to lose it. Anyways, let's begin. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Let the bot battle begin. Blue, god damn it, Lester the Lobster up to speed, and Blacksmith completely missing him for some reason as he hoists up Lester the Lobster into the sidewall, but Lester gets down. That is some spectacular move by Blacksmith as they're being shunted around by Lester with that blue disc spinner. You may resemble him as like Blue Rotata with claws, essentially. Blacksmith are looking pretty good right now, but it looks like they're stalling right now. Maybe it's just a little malfunction after whatever the hell Lester did to them. He Lestered them. Okay, I'm never gonna make that joke ever again. Lester the Lobster continues to hit Blacksmith as it hits the top of Lester the Lobster. As Lester backs away. Yeah, it does not look like Blacksmith is moving at all. I guess we're gonna have, or I don't know, a countdown is being called for Blacksmith, and oh, I guess Lester is just gonna drag his corpse along with it. Well, Lester wins.
Well, I don't know what drunk party Blacksmith went to before going into this fight, but he just like completely died on the spot. And Lester just takes the 3 points. Pretty good for them so far. Next up, we've got Battle Axe versus Scourge. Battle Axe so far is tied with Blacksmith and Kinger for second place with 3 points. And then Scourge is at the bottom with 2. So Scourge needs to do something. Although, in this reality, is Scourge even going to win a fight? Is it? No, I didn't think so. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Let the bot battle begin. Battle Axe hitting his axe. Scourge is just, it's Scourge. It doesn't want to do anything in this arena. Anyways, Battle Axe pushes it immediately into the screws. That's some good control there. And trying to hoist Scourge up the screws, but Scourge gets back down, as nothing is going to have Scourge away but victory. It is all but certain. I'm just being paid $15 an hour for me to do this crap. Anyways, Battle Axe now pushing Scourge continuously to the screws. I think its best solution is to just put Scourge in the screws or just let it die. Anyways, Scourge getting back up to speed and now almost getting pushed into the screws once more. Trying to take off those side panels. Like, come on, Scourge. It's that easy. Just hit the back and You get damage points, as so far Battle Axe is doing all the work right now. As hammering the top of Scourge goes Battle Axe, as it's trying to get Scourge into the screws, but it's not working. As Battle Axe maybe has to just grab onto Scourge and just hoist him into the screws, but I don't know if that's going to work. But Battle Axe is getting underneath of Scourge, and doing some hits onto the top of them with that Raging Axe on them, but it looks like Scourge is just going to back away and continuously ram into the wall like an absolute goober. Scourge is an absolute goober. Anyways, Battle Axe, I think they're trying to get the weapon belt off. I guess that's fair, because Scourge hasn't even done any damage. It's just been lightly tapping the wall and Battle Axe, and that's it. Seriously, who brought them back instead of like Bite Force or Bronco or something? I wanted to see them for years, but we get bloody Scourge. Whatever. Scourge goes back into the screws. I think it's just trying to kill itself at this point. Go on, Scourge. You don't really have anything to live for anymore. As Battle Axe comes back for more and tries to get Scourge into the screws. They're putting Scourge into the screws, and he's up! Is he gonna get out, or is Battle Axe gonna leave him to dry? And I guess he's gonna leave him to dry. Battle Axe takes the win. Up, Scourge. Well, Scourge is out of the arena. Battle Axe takes 3 points.
Finally, a good knockout from the screws. Scourge is just completely done for this season, as they have 2 points. And Battle Axe surges himself up to second place with 6 points, right behind Lester. As now the next fight, we have Kinger and Blacksmith. Blacksmith is so far pretty good, and so is Kinger. They both are tied with 3 points, so it all depends if Blacksmith could do well, and if Kinger can actually pull something off that will make me happy. Anyways, let's get started. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Let the battle begin. This should be pretty good. This should just be Scourge versus Battle Axe, but better. We have Blacksmith and Kinger. They both are doing pretty good in the arena. Blacksmith pushing it back, Kinger toward the wall, but Kinger gets back up to speed. What was I gonna say? I think Blacksmith has 3 points, and so does Kinger, I believe. I don't know. My mind is just immediately lost right now. As Kinger... Oh, what a nice hit by Kinger, thwacking Blacksmith away, snapping him back to reality. Up and over goes gravity. Anyways, Kinger trying to land another nice hit, and there it does again. Blacksmith hammering the spinner. Is it really the spinner, or should just we consider that Kinger's head? Maybe not. Kinger just only has one eye, and that's it. Kinger lands another nice hit to the front wedge of Blacksmith. I think the better solution is just to go for the hammer or the sides, as they're being pushed into the screws by Blacksmith, but they're not lifting up Kinger. Maybe Kinger, too, is invincible to the screws. I don't know. We'll have to see. Both robots' seasons are about to come to a close if they don't do anything. Either you make the third place tournament or you die. And who's gonna fight for it? Is it Blacksmith or is it Kinger? We don't know, as Blacksmith trying to go after Kinger again. I just realized that Blacksmith has 2 points and Kinger has 3, so all to play for right now. Blacksmith getting their hammer up and ready. Kinger with a nice hit onto the hammerhead itself. So that's most certainly something. Kinger lands another nice hit to the front wedge of Blacksmith. As Kinger trying to do something, it lands another hit onto the side of Blacksmith. Although Blacksmith is doing so. Oh, nice hit by Kinger. Suffice to say, Kinger also hasn't lost anything. It hasn't lost its spinner or any weight on the spinner at all. So that's good for them. That's good for the old amnesia goober from the amazing Digital Circus. I can't wait for episode 8, people. Anyways, another nice hit by Kinger to the front wedge of Blacksmith again, but... sorry. It goes back into the screws, but it gets free. Probably. As Kinger gets back up to speed, Blacksmith trying to align himself. He does so, gets underneath the Kinger, and flips Kinger over! Kinger is out of here! Blacksmith get 3 points! How did that happen?
I now have clinical depression because Kinger lost. Kinger was doing pretty good in the fight, and then he just got underneath, or he just was lifted up by Blacksmith and just flipped over. Well, I guess no use for doing that. As next up, we've got Scourge and Lester the Lobster. Scourge is pretty much just done for the series, and Lester is so far to be the top competitor going into this, as he currently has 7 points. Can he add another 3 to make it 10? Or will Scourge actually suffer the consequences? I don't really know. Let's fight. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Let the bot battle begin. The second to last fight is underway. Lester immediately chucks off the glasses off of Scourge. Is Scourge's weapon even working? I don't think so. I think it's just gonna be Lester the Lobster just paying off the win. Well, Lester's already gonna move on to the tournament as Scourge barely even snakes with a knockout. It's just been suffering either a knockout loss or judge's decision losses. It just keeps dying. I don't know why. As Lester pushes Scourge up into the screws, but Scourge gets back. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Anyways, Lester and Scourge backing away. Let's see what they can do. Lester with another nice hit with the disc spinner, trying to capitalize on Scourge. However, Scourge, well, I think it's just done. It just wants to leave the arena already. You might as well. It keeps going back into the screws. Well, I mean, I don't really blame Scourge. They just were just absolutely terrible this season. But they're pushing back Lester. That's at least something. But against Lester, it's nothing really major. As Lester, I don't know why they're going in with just one claw. I don't really know. No one ever pays me to understand what's happening in this series anyway. Anyways, Lester is now pushing up Scourge into the screws. Can Scourge get knocked out by the screws again? No, they're not. Man, I really wanted there to be another knockout. But whatever. We at least got a couple this episode. As Scourge pushes back Lester, but Lester with some good driving pushes and hits the side of Scourge and now the front. And now controlling him with that one claw makes me want to try a white claw. Don't. I think it has alcohol in it or something. Anyways, Lester gets back up to speed and hits the front of Scourge again. Is Scourge even going to win this fight? No, it is not. It literally has done nothing but just been abused and just wants to leave the entire arena. As Lester continues to try and will do something with Scourge. He's just holding onto it like a rag doll with a noisy brat. Anyways, Lester, he just hits the front and that's it. Lester trying to go around. Can he maybe do something with Scourge? Scourge almost pushes Lester into the screws, but Lester still goes through. We're going into time right now. It just feels like Lester was just bullying Scourge this whole fight, so it should...
Ladies and gentlemen, we have entered a judge's decision. They awarded it unanimously to the winner, Lester the Lobster. Well, that settles it. Scourge is done for the season, and Lester the Lobster goes to the bracket. Now next up, for the final fight, maybe, we've got Battle Axe versus Kinger. It all comes down to this. If Kinger wins this fight by a knockout, he, Battle Axe, and Blacksmith will face each other for a Desperado round for who goes to the third place bracket, who goes to the tournament, and who loses. If Kinger doesn't win, and Battle Axe wins just from anything, then Kinger's done for the season, and Battle Axe will go through, and Blacksmith goes to the Desperado tournament. Anyways, let's begin. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Let the battle begin. Kinger up to speed. Battle Axe flailing his axe madly, trying to attack Kinger. This is a drawn line of
to see if Kinger survives. He's currently at 3 points right now, and Battle Axe at a solid 6. Lester is just going to go on to the tournament, but it depends here. If Kinger gets a knockout, then there will be a 3-way battle to see who goes to the tournament, who goes to the 3rd place Desperado tournament, and who loses. Anyways, Battle Axe just loses his axe tip, because of course he does. And another side panel. Kinger is doing pretty good in this fight. I don't know if he'd be worthy of a knockout. There goes the front wedge off of Battle Axe, so I guess there's my answer there. But now my big question is, can Kinger knock out Battle Axe? Because Battle Axe is a very tough robot. And as far as I'm aware, I don't know if Battle Axe has ever, like, lost its battery power from a spinner. Kinger's up on the screws! Is he gonna get free or not? Oh, is he? I don't know. Kinger is in trouble right now. He's stuck on the screws now. Well, I don't know. A countdown is going to be called for Kinger right now if he doesn't get free, but Battle Axe frees Kinger! My, oh my, how is that possible? Battle Axe frees Kinger so that the suffering can continue again. Maybe if it ever goes to another judge's decision. We've had so many this episode. Hell, the past few episodes as well. Anyways, Kinger getting stuck on the screws, but he gets free and now puts Battle Axe into the screws. However, I don't think Battle Axe is getting up in the screws anyway, so why even bother? Anyways, Kinger being pushed around again by Battle Axe as he lands another hit to the front of him. As another nice hit to the front of Battle Axe goes Kinger. As Kinger with another nice hit, popping himself. I honestly thought he was going to be done there, but I guess not. Kinger now getting back up to speed. Is Battle Axe doing okay? He is for the most part, but just lacking in terms of armor. It looks like Kinger is stuck on the arena. Weird. Guess we'll have to get that fixed. Anyways, Battle Axe gets back up to... No, damn it. Kinger back up to speed, and Battle Axe just flinging his stick around. I don't know why you said that. Anyways, Kinger. Who's being more controlled right now? I might say... This might sound strange, but I might say Battle Axe because of him pushing Kinger into the screws. And also, he's going into the screws himself, so hooray. Anyways, Kinger gets stuck on the arena floor, but gets back in. We're going to time right now, so I guess it's all too late for Kinger right now. As we're going to a judge's decision, I guess Kinger's reign of terror is ending here. Ladies and gentlemen, we have entered a judge's decision. They awarded it unanimously to the winner, Kinger. I'm literally gonna cry right now. I want Kinger to win the whole freaking series, but he just fails. Well, at least that happened. Nothing gold could stay, in my opinion. Lester the Lobster goes to the tournament with 9 points. Same with Battle Axe with 7 points. And Blacksmith goes to the Desperado tournament with 6 points. Scourge and Kinger, they were great fun, especially Kinger, but as all things must say, nothing gold could stay. Anyways, next up, we have a definite destructive heat right now, as we got Endgame, Assassin, Demo Derby, Warbird Max, and Metal King. We'll see you in the next heat, right after I go grab some box of tissues.